the Suicide Squad. Let me read you some information and what is probably about to be a really bad synopsis from IMDb, but it's a bit at this point, so we're just going to go with it. So let's see. The Suicide Squad. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Not a horrible synopsis. It says, supervillains Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and a collection of nutty cons at the prison join the super secret, super shady Task Force X as they are dropped off in the remote enemy-infused island of Corta Maltese to combat a mysterious project. It's not horrible. That's pretty good on the spectrum of IMDb synopsis.
Yeah.
Synopses?
Synopses.
Is that the plural of synopsis?
Yes.
Didn't know there was a plural.
Okay, bet.
Yes.
I love that. Love that. The movie clocks in around 2 hours and 12 minutes. It is rated R, directed and written by James Gunn, as we just said, starring Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, Joel Kinnaman, John Cena, Michael Rooker, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, Pete Davidson, Sean Gunn, Sylvester Stallone, and the list
all recognizable
goes
names.
on and on. All recognizable names, exactly. Matt,
So
you scored the Suicide Squad, I think the lowest out of the four of us. What are your thoughts on the Suicide Squad? Did you see the original Suicide Squad without the? And what was your experience? Did you go to the theaters? Did you watch it at home? Give us the rundown.
So I did not watch Suicide Squad, but I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014. So I feel like I had seen this movie already. I watched it at home on HBO Max, just kind of on yesterday afternoon. I didn't dislike it because I enjoyed the original Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's kind of why it's just a 3 out of 5. I feel like it was pretty much a retread, just maybe with a little bit more swearing and gore.
That's fair, yeah.
It is fair.
It is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when we all heard that James Gunn was going to do a Suicide Squad, it's going to be like, oh, so he's just going to make an R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or an R-rated Avengers movie, essentially.
Yeah.
So was there any specific point that you wished was better that would have maybe given you a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5? Or was it just across the board, like just entertaining, but you never are going to watch this movie again?
That's kind of where I'm at. I think like there's a lot. I think so. There's sort of like counterpoints. I thought the plot twist with Peacemaker was kind of forced and out of nowhere just for the sake of there being like a plot twist. So that's kind of a negative, but then like a positive. I like that they sort of steered into just DC sort of back catalog of really weird characters like TDK and Polka Dot Man, and like you got to think like 3D Man's gonna make an appearance at some point in the future. I can go on and on. I know a lot, or I'm blanking now, but I definitely know some rare characters. Also, I just checked that 3D Man is Marvel, so didn't even get through that statement without messing it up. So
damn.
But yeah, what's up?
I was just wondering, what did TDK stand for? But wasn't it the detachable kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He could, it was really silly. I did like that fake out at the beginning. That was pretty fun.
That was fun.
In the trailers, they made that scene look like it was almost like a really, really big, like third act fight. But the fact that they like kind of started off and they went straight to the island, I was like, okay, so we're getting right into this. Like,
I know. I was like,
totally, yeah.
Okay.
And you said sorry, I was just gonna say you'd said you haven't seen the original Suicide Squad, right?
That is correct. I did not see that.
Okay.
Me neither, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanner, have you seen the OG Suicide Squad?
I didn't have any idea what it will. I didn't have any idea who the characters, plot, or cast, anybody. I didn't have any idea.
Well, this is one of those rare sequels / reboot / redo movies because a few points in the movie, they acknowledged the fact that the other Suicide Squad happened,
I think it did still happen.
but this was like DC's way of like kind of pushing that one like under the bed. Like, hey, that never happened. It still is in our universe, but it never happened. So Tanner, I want to ask you, because you gave it the best score. You gave it a 5 out of 5. You absolutely loved this movie.
I enjoyed every second of it. It was awesome. I did not expect that. I was worried until like right at the beginning, you know, as you said, they hopped right into it. And after seeing the first one was compared to this. I was
going to say
so much. The gore was awesome. King Shark was dope. The starfish was dope. It was all awesome.
So in comparison to the first movie, because me and you have seen the OG, I guess, Suicide Squad, what do you think is the biggest difference between this one and that one? Because I've got mine right off the bat. I think
the whole plot, the fact that they were out of the city, the whole plot. Yeah. That's just it.
I think this movie also takes itself way less serious.
Yeah, true.
Like the first one was very much so trying to be this gritty, dark, like we're in the DC universe, so we're gonna have villains that have horrifying backstories, and the first one they threw the Jared Leto's Joker in there to try to like start that spinoff. It was just kind of I really want to do. It'd be fun to do a run through of the OG Suicide Squad. Just because
I'd be down,
because I own it. It's
here.
It's not horrifyingly bad like a lot of people say it is, but it is objectively probably the worst movie DC has. I mean, it's stop it.
What do you have?
He thinks Batman versus Superman is the worst DC movie there is.
That's an argument.
Watch. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to force you to watch the OG Suicide Squad, and we're going to do a run through for it. Mark my words. Yeah, you too. Everybody who hasn't seen it, we'll do it us four again, and we'll revisit this in like a few months or something.
Sure.
But the OG Suicide Squad was very like just but there are things that I did like. I did like the Joker in Suicide Squad, but they did force him, and they really tried to force that Harley and Joker narrative on you. Where I liked Harley by herself here, where she like didn't have to piggyback off of like Joker.
Mr. J.
Because I think she's awesome. Margot Robbie's great.
So much to do. Just a ton to do.
I think
really liked it.
I think that Margot Robbie is probably one of the best castings that DC has as Harley Quinn. And Will Smith in the OG is good, but him and Idris Elba do not play the same character. Because at first they were going to recast Idris Elba as Will Smith, but for some reason, I think it said something in Will Smith's contract that nobody will play Deadshot for a period of time, so they replaced that character with Bloodsport.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I had neither.
Vastly different, an assassin who can kill with any weapon and is skilled at hand-to-hand combat. I did like how they poked fun about that with Idris Elba and John Cena, that their characters were basically the same.
Yeah,
I gave it a 4 out of 5. I landed right in between you guys. I was genuinely surprised about how much I think a movie like that needed to be rated R. I don't know if it would have worked as PG-13.
Agreed.
It wouldn't have.
No.
It would have been a little bit.
I'll say that my three favorite pieces of the movie were Polka Dot Man, King Shark, and John Cena. I really liked John Cena in this.
He did play a good acting role.
Freaking funny
He's been proving himself a little more piece by piece over the last few years that he can be in movies too, kind of like following The Rock. And all of the other Dave Bautista, all the other wrestlers that have become actors. Like I enjoyed the Suicide Squad. I thought it was really funny. I think there were several moments that I laughed out loud.
I gave it a 4 out of 5 too. So
yeah,
I thought it was amazing.
Oh yeah, I laughed out loud. I like this.
And you watched it at home as well, Tanner, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was.
Me and Logan watched in theater.
Yeah, we saw it in the theaters.
It was
that
wonderful.
Been a good experience in theaters.
It was. We were right in the middle, perfect seats.
And that probably added to the fact that I liked it as much. If I watched it at home, I might have given it a 3 out of 5. But
Totally.
Really?
I don't know.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect to love a lot of the characters, and that's where the first Suicide Squad went wrong, where like they didn't give you much anything about the characters. They just said, here's a bunch of really, really bad people. We're going to send them to do a really, really good thing, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that movie walked so this one could run.
Yeah,
Because
I think they kind of had to get this bad one out of the chamber before they could make something better.
mainly though, because like this movie starts out, like we said earlier, and they get right into it. Like they, you see the scene where they go into Michael Rooker's cell. They grab him. She quickly explains, like, there's a bomb in the back of your head. If you disobey my orders, I blow you to smithereens.
Oh, yeah.
And then it cuts immediately to like them getting on the helicopter.
Yeah.
Like in the first movie, there was like 30 minutes of them explaining like these people are the worst of the worst. They're in this super prison. We're going to take them. We're going to make them do good. We're going to knock some years off their sentence. Like they really dove deep into that. But this movie, I think, is counting on the fact that we know by now because we saw that first one. So that's why they got immediately into it.
And I think sort of that initial scene might have like unfairly set my expectations that it was just going to be nonstop. And then when it sort of couldn't keep that same like frenetic pace, when I had to do character work and other stuff, it just felt like it was kind of like dragging. Like I found myself like checking my phone, like when they were, just first like milling around like Jotunheim and stuff like that. So
yeah,
the Jotunheim. One.
I think the also just like the characters in the first one were just less likable.
Sure.
Oh
like
yeah,
Killer
100%.
Croc was in the first one, and Killer Croc's one of my favorite Batman villains,
Me too.
and he was just unmemorable.
Boring. I
Boring.
forgot he was in it.
Damn.
Completely forgot until I just brought it up. Like,
That's upsetting.
and I think King Shark here was supposed King Shark, not
King
Shark.
Shart.
I made that joke the other night, and Catherine just started laughing real hard in the kitchen because I said, "Yeah, King Shark was awesome," and she's like, "King Shark." I think he's meant to be like the Groot, like the stupid character of the group.
Just the one that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
And I love that they don't give you next to no backstory about King Shark. Like he's just a walking, talking shark, and everyone just goes
Accepts
along
it.
with it.
Everybody accepts him.
Yeah, and I think that like this is just kind of like a larger like commentary on like superhero movies. Like trust the audience; they'll go along with it if you just say like this is how it is, and the other characters are like okay with it. Like
Let's
do it.
We'll accept it. It'll be fun.
You don't have to like hammer in why it's important that King Shark is a shark. Like you just
and
like
why he's there. It's
like put a walking, talking shark on screen and have him say funny things here and there, and people are going to go along with it.
Totally. He would. I laughed a lot at that shark. I thought it was a good one. That's Sylvester, right?
Yeah, that was Sly Stone.
Yeah, that was good.
Alone. He has no reason to rip that guy in half with his hands. Why did he do that?
That was good.
Like that.
They get pretty graphic.
That was gore for the reason that it's rated R, and they're like, well, we can do it.
Oh yeah.
So
well, I think it got the rated R when it literally showed the shard of like ceramic or whatever go into Flag's heart.
Yeah, totally.
Remember when they shot the bullet at each other and it went through the other one?
That was cool.
That was dope.
Or right at the beginning when Pete
I thought it was
Davidson's
just
face gets
cool.
blown off.
There's a lot of cool epic action scenes. It was just fun movie.
I think Turner was sitting next to me during the movie, and he likes Pete Davidson's stand-up.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my God, Pete Davidson is in this. I'm on board." And like 5 minutes later, his face literally gets blown off, and he just looks at me and he's like, "I'm officially out on this movie."
Yeah. There's some epic tickets out of the box office out of this movie.
There's some really good
gory ones,
really good death scenes here for some characters. Like, what'd you think of the Weasel, Matt?
I'm not a Weasel guy. I'm sorry.
Not a big Weasel guy, played by James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn. That was him in CGI.
Really?
And more cross Marvel thing. Taika Waititi was Ratmaster 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's another cameo later on it was a very quick scene, but somebody pointed it out to me afterwards that in the scene where the group goes into the bar to try to get what's his name, the Brainiac guy.
Yeah.
One of the bartenders is Palm. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's the woman that plays Mantis.
Oh, okay. Clement.
Yeah, that. Yeah. She's one of the bartenders.
Nobody heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it. I said Palm, and Tanner goes a granite. It's like that video. Have you seen that Family Feud
I think it's hilarious.
video?
Oh yeah.
Where the guy's just like, name something that follows pork, and the guy's like, you pine.
Steve Harvey just like disassociates in that minute.
It's one of those moments where Steve Harvey just like looks at the camera and is like, why am I here?
Ooh, now that's
What's
a good
my
question.
purpose?
Steve Harvey net worth.
Ooh.
200 mil.
Oh, I
That's
think
might be too
I think that's low.
Yeah, 200 mil. I'm firm on that.
What do you think? What do you think, Tanner? What's Steve Harvey's net worth?
200 million, 275 million. He's above that.
What do you got, Logan?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I just heard you say
It is-
200.
it's
I
a
said
tough-
that.
should I do prices right and just go $1? No,
Oh God, don't be that guy.
Real guess.
I'm gonna go. Are you looking at it right now?
I'm looking at it right this second.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go 300 mil. I think he's worth a lot more than we think.
Okay, well, I think Griffin looked this up earlier because it is exactly 200 million.
I just-
Wow.
Google.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, I didn't do
Griffin just saw into the future and was just like, "We're gonna talk about Steve Harvey on this episode of the
that.
Binge Boys."
I mean, he's got his own show, but other than that, like, what else is Steve Harvey doing?
I don't know.
He's got his own line of suits.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, really nice. Okay, that's why he's always dappered up.
Yeah. With
Understood.
like 7 buttons.
Oh yeah, he's
He
got the little pocket square too. He's got it all.
I
dude.
thought he had. Did he have a talk show as well? He had an
Probably.
interview show, a talk show at some point a few years ago. I don't know if he still does it, but he used to, because I remember seeing,
I
or
wasn't
maybe he
around
just
for
filled
that.
in for like Oprah whenever she was out, because he had a very similar setup to her classic setup. So maybe he was just filling in for her. But I think Oprah's asking somebody more esteemed than Steve Harvey to fill in on the Oprah Winfrey show.
She doesn't want a king of comedy on her show.
No, I don't know. But back to the Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Good movie.
Yeah. good
Ooh,
movie.
I'd still say it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Side note, I'm gonna look this one up just because we usually do these in twos. Sylvester Stallone's net worth. That's a tough one.
That is tough.
This
Dude
is a
doesn't-
trick question in a way.
750 million.
No, that's too much.
No, that's not too low.
That's too much. I said.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I've got
He's
it.
$1 billion.
No, absolutely not.
Nah.
What do you think, Tanner? Realistically, what you got?
That was realistically, but 300 million.
Okay, Griffin.
150 probably 150 mil. He's
Rambo?
He's old money.
Rambo.
That's true.
Rocco.
He's got a point. He is old money. Matt, what you
Totally.
got?
I'd
He's
go
He's got his houses now.
225, just a bit more than Steve Harvey.
He's actually closer to the $500 million mark. He's at about 400 million.
Yeah, Rambo. Everything.
Yeah,
All-
he's one of the
he's got
biggest
a ton
action
of
stars
shit.
of all time.
Rocky, Rambo. What else?
Okay, I didn't notice that. I
I
didn't
just-
watch them.
He's in
I just didn't think
Guardians.
he'd get
yeah.
the bag like that.
You got to think James Gunn paid him 100 mil to
He's
to be King
Probably.
Shark. I want to know how much he got paid now to be like 17 lines, and all of them were just like friends
or
I mean,
stupid shit.
how much do you think Vin Diesel got paid to just say "I am Groot" like 30,000 different ways?
That's true. Let's find out how much did Vin Diesel get paid. Why don't I just voice it as I'm saying it on the pod? How much did Vin Diesel get paid to be Groot? Oh, it's the first suggestion. He got paid about $54.5 million.
What?
Dang.
Just say I am.
That's like
just,
20 million bucks a word.
just to say I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Well, that's cool.
That is neat.
So yeah, I guess Suicide Squad. I'm gonna get on and maybe show Catherine some of the better scenes, because I'm curious what she thought I laughed out loud that first night where they're at the campfire and they wake up and King Shark's just like holding her up, like lowering her into the mouth.
Oh, that's good.
And she's just like, you wouldn't eat your friends. And he's like, I have no friends.
She's like, dude, be my friend. We don't want you to eat us.
All of this, you know what? I'm going to say it. King Shark. I need a series. I need a prequel. I need something. I want more.
Give me more shark.
Give me more King Shark. Give me more Polka Dot Man. Yeah. I was really very intrigued by that guy.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know his name, but he's in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's it. He was that.
He was the crazy guy that Harvey Dent like put in the alleyway. It was just like.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the cop car, right?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know anything. He's like, I swear.
He's like crying in the back seat. Remember?
Swear to me.
It was when the Joker was out during the march and shot up in the air and everything went to hell.
David Dasmalkian.
That's a name.
I did not.
Definitely not American.
What a guy.
He could be American.
No, I doubt it. He doesn't look American.
He was born in Kansas. What's more American than that?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Damn. Shouts to that guy. We're going to get him on the pod and he's going to slander me for.
He's going to slander me now. Damn.
Yeah, for real.
Shit. I'm sorry, bro.
So
we'd like to have you on the pod.
That's Suicide Squad, man. If you like it, if you like superhero movies, go see it. If you are not sure about it, watch it at home for free on HBO Max.
I'd recommend. It's
it's a fun time. It's a fun movie. But if you Griffin said it perfectly though when we left the movie, he said there are going to be some movie people that don't like that movie. Like
totally.
That's a weird. It was a weird movie.
Yeah,
it uses weird characters that ultimately, besides maybe Harley Quinn, no one really gives a shit about.
I'd say
except for now, me being King Shark's #1 fan.
Yeah, you're saying there's no Rick Flag heads out there?
I don't think there is. I don't think there's any Polka Dot Man stands.
The thing is this doesn't really appeal to that hardcore action, like non-CGI kind of hardcore Batman-ish encounters. But this is more of a CGI paradise.
Although, our mom. I don't know about your mom, Tanner. I'm going to assume she does. Your mom likes Guardians of the Galaxy, doesn't she? My mom did too. I don't know if my mom's going to love this movie.
No, my mom's
they're going to be like, what the hell?
My mom likes the actor for Rick Flag, but she's going to...
Joel Kinnaman.
I like him.
I like him too. He's good. He's in For All Mankind.
I was sad.
Yeah, and that's another fun thing is a lot of the characters that were transferred over from the OG Suicide Squad got murked in the first, like Captain Boomerang got murked.
Wait, what happened to him? Refresh me.
Didn't he throw the boomerang and it come back around and kill him himself?
No, he was holding on to it though, and he got blown up or some fire.
Probably like that helicopter. That's
it. There we go. He got. Yeah,
that was bad.
He got cut and
that was very bad.
Like somebody's getting either arrested or killed
or murked, like that one dude.
Yeah. Oh, what about the spear guy?
Oh,
nobody's talking about spear guy. Javelin.
Oh, Javelin. Yeah.
I love how she was like, I love your accent.
Be Thor.
She was like, I love your accent. And he just said, like most American girls do, which is funny because it's true.
Huh?
Most American girls love accents. Fuck, I love accents. They're cool. I wish I had an accent.
Someone's calling me.
Someone called you. Forrest Gump.
Answer it on the pod.
Do not answer it.
Yeah, no.
Forrest didn't come through for me.
What do you mean?
Only Griffin knows what that means. That's all I'll say. Suicide Squad, check it out, HBO Max or in theaters.
Yeah, it's a good one.